Okay, welcome back to part three. Again, I will reiterate that I believe that the spirit of prophecy, as it says in Acts 2:17, has been poured out on all flesh, so that non-believers, when they write about fantasy movies, Star Trek, Star Wars, superheroes, and things like that, they've been seeing images that are from the future. But again, they can only interpret it with the knowledge they have. And if it's not based on the Bible, then they create superheroes and Star Wars movies and Star Trek movies like that have death and destruction and crying and mourning. But when we actually get to that stage where the Lord is going to bring mankind into the place where we can live a supernatural life, a hypernatural life, with our regenerated bodies doing amazing things, it'll be during a time when we explore the universe that will be without death and without suffering, without crying or mourning. So that we will be able to explore the galaxies and we will see these different cultures, these different planets and stuff like that. But we will all do it with just fun, with just a sense of exploration, without death, without worrying about people dying and things like that. So now we move on to the final stage of our hypernatural being, and that is the earth that comes after the time of judgment. So during the 1,000 years of peace, we'll be doing a whole lot of superhero things with our hypernatural bodies. And then after the 1,000 years of peace comes the final time of judgment for everybody in the history of the universe. And those whose names are written in the Lamb's Book of Life will get to live on the brand new earth that God is going to be creating. And those whose names are not found there will be separated and they'll be forgotten for a time. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Or I've got videos where I've gotten into that, so you can explore those ones about the citizens of heaven. So anyway, now after the final time of judgment, which comes after the 1,000 years of peace, God is going to move the city in heaven. The city in heaven is going to move down onto the face of the planet Earth. And the whole nature of the Earth and the solar system is going to change, because the Bible tells us that during that time, when God moves heaven onto Earth, that we're no longer going to need the sun. So the sun will become a kind of a black hole. It's not going to shine. It'll just be this gravitational body that will keep the solar system moving in a circle, but it won't be providing any light to cause things to grow on the earth, because the Bible says that God himself will be that particular light for the planet Earth. And throughout the entire universe, because God is going to be living on the earth, the brightest star, wherever you are in the universe, even in the farthest galaxy out there, the brightest star is going to be the planet Earth that we will see. And so on this brand new earth, that is when I believe the fleet of starships are going to be released. During the 1,000 years of peace, we're going to be constructing that fleet, but it's not going to be released into the galaxy just yet. It won't be released into the galaxy during the 1,000 years of peace. It'll just be built. I believe mankind will not be ready for space travel until after the 1,000 years of peace, because during the 1,000 years of peace, the flesh and blood people, they will still have a limited lifespan, and they will still be prone to the damaging aspects of space itself. Because as we know, as science tells us, human beings can't survive out in space, mainly because of the fact that they can't live long enough to go explore the farthest galaxy or the farthest star, because of their limited lifespan. They have to put in hypersleep and stuff like that. Plus, the main reason that natural flesh and blood people cannot survive in long space travels is because of the lack of gravity. And even though we can invent artificial gravity, the main problem is micrometeorites and solar rays or cosmic rays. They damage the natural flesh and blood a great deal. That is why people right now, in this day and age, would have a very difficult time exploring the galaxies, because of the cosmic rays that would damage them, and because of the micrometeorites that would cause even further damage. So, after the 1,000 years of peace, after we've built the galactic fleet, After the 1,000 years of peace, as I said, comes the final time of judgment. And after the final time of judgment, God is going to move heaven onto earth. And when heaven and earth are combined, the natural flesh and blood people, they will be given the right to eat from the fruit of the tree of life. And when they do that, they will gain immortality. So their flesh and blood will become immortal. It will no longer have a limited lifespan. And so because they become immortal, then they will be able to hop into those spaceships and explore the galaxies and see what else is out there. And then they will be able to visit those strange new worlds, and they can seek out that new life and those new civilizations. And then they'll boldly go, and we can't say where no man has gone before, because we of our regenerated nature, we of our hypernatural nature, we will still be able to go explore the galaxy, even during the 1,000 years of peace, because we have our regenerated bodies, and because we can defy the laws of nature. We can think ourselves across the galaxy. We can think ourselves from one place to the other. The natural people during the 1,000 years of peace, they cannot. They're confined to the earth. Because their bodies just can't explore the galaxies. But we, with our new natures, we can explore the galaxies. We can explore the bottom of the ocean. We can go walk the bottom of the ocean without the need for a breathing apparatus. We can go walk on the surface of the moon without the need for a breathing apparatus, because we will have that hypernatural state to our physical being. We can go fly if we wanted to the farthest planet in our solar system. We can go explore the gas atmosphere of Jupiter, or we can go see what the rings are, just by either thinking ourselves there so that we're there instantly, or we can fly there like we would, like Superman could. We'll be able to do that very same thing. So during the 1,000 years of peace, we can still explore the planets in the galaxy. So that's why I was saying to boldly go where no man has gone before. We can't say that, because during the 1,000 years of peace, there's going to be many of us with our hypernatural bodies that will be exploring the galaxy and seeing what else is out there, and getting things prepared for the natural people when they hop aboard their spaceship to go map the known galaxy.